People in town avoided the spring beneath the pines, not because it was dangerous, but because strange things happened there. Compasses stopped working, fog appeared without warning, and fishermen sometimes claimed they heard voices beneath the water after sunset. Most people laughed at the stories. Raymond didn't, not anymore. The road through the forest was narrow and nearly forgotten. Pine branches brushed against Raymond's truck, while morning fog drifted low across the dirt path. Beside him, Ava stared quietly out the window. "You really think the spring exists?" Raymond kept his eyes on the road. "My grandfather fished there once." Ava raised an eyebrow. "And?" Raymond smiled faintly. "He never talked about it again." That was the unsettling part. His grandfather loved fishing stories, except this one. The truck stopped near the edge of the woods. Silence greeted them instantly. No birds, no insects, only wind moving softly through the pine trees. They grabbed their fishing gear and followed an overgrown trail deeper into the forest. The farther they walked, the colder the air became. Then finally, the forest opened, and Ava stopped walking completely. The spring rested silently beneath towering pines like something hidden outside the world itself. Crystal clear water glowed faintly blue beneath drifting fog. Ancient stones circled the shoreline naturally. Undisturbed. Beautiful. Raymond whispered softly. "So it's real." Then suddenly, a massive silver fish moved beneath the surface before vanishing instantly into the depths. Ava's eyes widened. "Did you see that?" Raymond nodded slowly. Neither of them spoke afterward, because fish weren't supposed to grow that large inside a spring this small. They fished quietly for hours. No loud voices, no unnecessary movement. The spring somehow demanded silence naturally. Raymond caught 2 trout. Ava caught 3, which she reminded him about repeatedly. By afternoon, they cooked fresh fish above a small fire beside the spring. Smoke drifted peacefully through the pine trees, while sunlight shimmered across the water. Ava smiled while turning one of the trout carefully. "Fishing isn't just adventure." Raymond nodded. "Food tastes different out here." "Better? Honest?" Then suddenly, the fog returned, fast. Within minutes, the entire spring disappeared behind thick white mist. The temperature dropped sharply, and somewhere beneath the water, something moved. Large, slow, watching. Ava stood immediately. "Raymond!" He saw it too. A massive shape circled beneath the spring, far larger than any fish they'd seen before. Then, a voice echoed faintly across the water. Not loud, not clear, but unmistakable. Ava's face turned pale. "Did you hear that?" Raymond nodded slowly. The voice sounded distant, almost underwater. Then the spring began bubbling violently near the center. Ripples spread unnaturally fast, and beneath the surface, a massive silver fish slowly emerged from the depths. Its scales shimmered like moonlight beneath the fog. Ancient, silent, watching them. Neither Raymond nor Ava moved, because the creature didn't feel like a fish. It felt older than that. Then slowly, the giant creature disappeared back beneath the spring. The bubbling stopped instantly. A silence returned. The fog drifted peacefully once more, like nothing had happened. Raymond finally exhaled. "Nobody would believe us." Ava stared quietly at the water. "Maybe that's why nobody talks about this place." The sun slowly disappeared behind the pine trees, while evening shadows stretched across the spring. Neither of them fished again after that. They simply sat beside the water quietly, listening, watching, respecting whatever lived beneath the surface. As darkness settled over the forest, Ava looked toward Raymond softly. "Do you think it was protecting the spring?" Raymond stared into the drifting fog, then answered quietly, "No." Ava looked at him carefully. "Then what was it doing?" The spring rippled softly beneath fading light. Raymond never looked away from the water. "I think it was deciding whether we belonged there,"